to stop it or prevent it?
If I was being sexually harassed, I wouldn't tell nobody, especially a teacher, because it's not like they can do anything about it.
Agree or disagree?
So why should you or your school care about any of this stuff anyway? I used to put up with sexual harassment because I didn't think there was any reason for my school to stop it. I mean, it's just kids being kids, right? But I learned there is a reason. It's a law that applies all over the United States called Title IX. It says,
"No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance."
And what does all that translate to? Well, if sexual harassment is making it difficult for you to participate in schoolwork or activities, your school is legally responsible to solve the problem and deal with the harassers. In fact, your school should be working to prevent sexual harassment. And besides being a national law, a lot of states also have laws against sexual harassment and discrimination in education. Okay, so you know what sexual harassment is, you know that it's illegal. Now, how do you stop it?
Rachel is being sexually harassed by Matt. He says crude things to her, sends her dirty notes, which are spread all over the school, and taunts her in class. Rachel tries to avoid Matt by walking a roundabout way to class and stops hanging out with her friends when he is around. After yelling at Matt in math class and getting into trouble, Rachel stops participating and barely passes the class. What would you do?
The more I tried to ignore or avoid him, it seemed like the more it just kind of egged him on. And I never really told anybody about it because I was so afraid that everybody would think I was like overreacting. And I really wanted him to stop. Everything he did, it hurt me so much. But I had no idea as to how to make him stop. And the final straw came when I found out about the picture. I had been walking down the hall one day with two of my friends, and there was this big group of people around my locker.
That's disgusting. Who did that? Nice picture, Rachel. Very nice.
I did not know what to do. Everything was just so embarrassing. And all these guys, everybody was walking by this picture, looking at it, pointing, laughing, making jokes and everything. Nobody even had the common courtesy to bother taking it down. You know, I was humiliated. I was at my limit, and I didn't know what to do. So I turned to my friends, and I told them about, everything that had been going on. And I guess they were so surprised at first. And I guess it was because I'd never said anything about it before.
It was on my locker. He put it there. It was all him. Yeah, he put it there.
And they finally understood and realized why I had been so upset. And then they did something that I never thought they would do. They confronted Matt about
Can we talk to you for a minute?
Constantly bothering me and the picture and everything.
Right. We heard about the stuff you've been doing for Rachel, and it's got to stop.
About the pictures, Matt. They just don't make her feel comfortable, and they have to just stop.
Who, me? What stuff?
You know what we're talking about. It's not funny anymore. Maybe you do.
He said he had no idea that I had ever felt this way. I mean, how could you not know? I mean, I didn't come out blatantly and just say, hey, I'm upset that you're doing this to me, but you think he'd at least get the picture by, the way I was ignoring him and avoiding him. But after that, he pretty much just avoided me. And at that point, it all kind of came to an end, and I was glad. That was fine with me.
I used to assume that everyone knew what I was thinking, even if I didn't say so directly. But that's not always the case. One possibility of stopping sexual harassment might be to let the harasser know that you don't like the behavior, either by telling them yourself or finding someone else to do it. It may not be that easy, but at least saying stop it makes it clear that you don't like what's happening, and the harasser has no excuse. I know, it's not always that simple. Sometimes you have to find more creative ways to say stop.